Now, to start a video, a lone figure dances in the center of a vibrant, swirling vortex. Not a ballet dancer, but someone who moves with an untamed energy, sometimes graceful, sometimes chaotic. She twirls and leaps, her limbs tracing patterns that mirror the chaos around her. The colors are intense fiery reds clashing with icy blues, warm yellows competing with cool greens. This isn't just a performance, it's a battle, a constant push and pull between opposing forces. This visual is a metaphor for our own lives. We are all caught in this dance of opposites, constantly navigating the tensions that exist within ourselves and the world around us. Light and darkness, joy and sorrow, love and hate, these seemingly contradictory elements are woven into the very fabric of our existence. We crave balance, but finding it can feel like an impossible feat. Building on this idea of duality, consider the inherent conflict between order and chaos. We yearn for structure, for routines that provide a sense of stability and predictability in an often unpredictable world. Yet, within us lies a desire for spontaneity, for the exhilarating unknown that pushes us outside our comfort zones. This push and pull is evident everywhere, from the meticulously planned schedule, clashing with the unexpected adventure, to the disciplined routine of meditation, giving way to the free-flowing expression of creativity. However, this isn't simply a matter of finding a middle ground. It's about accepting and embracing these seemingly contradictory forces as integral parts of who we are. Ignoring or suppressing one side of the spectrum only leads to an imbalance that can manifest in various ways: anxiety, depression, rigidity, or even rebellion. This leads us to a crucial question. How do we navigate this complex dance of opposites? How do we find harmony within ourselves and the world when everything seems inherently contradictory? We begin by acknowledging the existence of these dualities, recognizing that they are not enemies, but rather complementary forces. Think about the concept of strength. Physical prowess is often lauded, but true strength also lies in vulnerability, in admitting our weaknesses and allowing ourselves to be supported by others. We admire ambition and drive, but true fulfillment comes from finding purpose beyond material success, from connecting with something bigger than ourselves. This recognition of the interconnectedness of opposites allows us to move beyond a simplistic either/or mentality and embrace a more nuanced understanding of life's complexities. Now, this recognition of the interconnectedness of opposites allows us to move beyond a simplistic either/or mentality and embrace a more nuanced understanding of life's complexities. But why do we, as humans, struggle with this acceptance? Why does our psyche gravitate towards absolutes, towards placing things in rigid categories of good and bad, right and wrong? This is where the insights of Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud offer valuable guidance. Jung, a pioneer in analytical psychology, proposed the concept of the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of archetypes and universal symbols that influence our thoughts and behaviors. Within this collective unconscious reside opposing forces, represented by archetypes like the anima and animus, or the shadow self. Jung believed these archetypes constantly interact, influencing our perceptions and driving our inner conflicts. He argued that true psychological wholeness comes from acknowledging and integrating these seemingly contradictory aspects of ourselves. Freud, on the other hand, focused on the role of early childhood experiences in shaping our adult personalities. His theory of psychosexual development posits that individuals pass through distinct stages, each characterized by a focus on a particular erogenous zone. During these stages, unresolved conflicts can lead to fixations that manifest as neurotic tendencies later in life. Freud's concept of the ID, ego, and superego also sheds light on our tendency to grapple with duality. The ID, driven by primal instincts and desires, seeks immediate gratification. The superego, representing internalized societal norms and moral values, acts as a censor, restraining the ID's impulses. The ego, caught in the middle, tries to mediate between these opposing forces, striving for a balance that allows us to function effectively in the world. Building on this, we can understand why the dance of opposites feels so unsettling. We are constantly bombarded by conflicting messages and expectations from our internal and external worlds. The ID craves immediate pleasure, while the superego urges restraint. Societal norms push us towards conformity, yet our individual desires scream for self-expression. This inherent tension can manifest in a variety of ways. For example, consider the conflict between ambition and contentment. We are often taught to strive for success, but true happiness may lie in finding peace and fulfillment beyond material achievements. This internal struggle can lead to anxiety, frustration, and a sense of being pulled in different directions. However, this constant tug-of-war is not necessarily negative. It is through navigating these opposing forces that we grow and evolve as individuals. By acknowledging the validity of both sides, by seeking understanding rather than judgment, we can begin to integrate these seemingly contradictory aspects into a more harmonious whole. This process of integration is essential for psychological well-being. When we repress or deny our shadow selves, when we avoid confronting the uncomfortable aspects of ourselves and the world around us, these repressed energies can manifest in unhealthy ways through destructive behaviors, relationship problems, or chronic anxiety. Instead, by embracing the dance of opposites, by accepting the inherent duality of life, we create space for growth and transformation. This leads to a more authentic and fulfilling existence, one where we can navigate the complexities of human experience with greater wisdom and compassion. This leads us to the heart of the matter. How do we practically embody this acceptance of duality? How do we bridge this seeming chasm between opposing forces within ourselves and in the world around us? Building on this understanding, let's delve into the philosophies of two towering figures who grappled with these very questions: Seneca the Stoic and Friedrich Nietzsche. Both, though separated by centuries, offer profound insights into navigating the dance of opposites. Seneca, a Roman philosopher living during turbulent times, believed in harnessing reason to achieve inner peace. He understood that life is inherently full of ups and downs, joys and sorrows, successes and failures. He taught us to accept these polarities not as enemies to be vanquished, but as natural rhythms within the grand tapestry of existence. According to Seneca, true wisdom lies in recognizing that we cannot control external events, the ebb and flow of fortune, the whims of fate, the actions of others. What we can control, however, is our own response to these events. By cultivating a sense of equanimity, by remaining steadfast in the face of adversity, we can find tranquility amidst the chaos. Think of it like this: life is a constant interplay between light and shadow. Just as darkness allows us to appreciate the brilliance of the sun, challenges reveal the strength of our character, the resilience of our spirit. Seneca would encourage us to view hardship not as a curse, but as an opportunity for growth, a crucible in which we can forge a more resilient and compassionate self. However, Nietzsche took a different approach. While Seneca focused on accepting fate, Nietzsche challenged the very notion of inherent meaning or purpose in life. He believed that existence is fundamentally absurd, devoid of preordained values or truths. In this context, the dance of opposites becomes a dynamic expression of individual, will a constant striving for self-creation in a world devoid of absolute meaning. Nietzsche saw the will to power as the driving force behind all human action, a desire to overcome obstacles, to assert oneself, to create value in a meaningless universe. He recognized that this will can manifest in both positive and negative ways in acts of creation, innovation, and self-improvement, but also in aggression, domination, and destruction. The key for Nietzsche lay in recognizing the inherent tension within ourselves, embracing this duality as a source of creative energy. He called for us to become Übermenschen, individuals who transcend conventional morality and create their own values based on self-affirmation and the pursuit of excellence. This shift in perspective from acceptance to creation is where the philosophy truly takes hold. It's not simply about acknowledging the existence of opposites, but about actively engaging with them, using the tension between opposing forces as a catalyst for personal growth and transformation. Seneca would guide us towards inner peace through equanimity and reason, while Nietzsche would empower us to embrace the absurdity of existence and forge our own path towards self-realization. Both philosophies offer valuable insights into navigating the complexities of human experience, reminding us that the dance of opposites is not a sign of chaos or instability, but rather a fundamental aspect of life itself, a dynamic interplay that drives us forward on our journey of becoming. This dynamic interplay, then, becomes a potent source of energy for personal growth. It's not about choosing sides or striving for an illusory state of perfect harmony. Instead, it's about learning to dance with the tension between opposites, using that friction as fuel for self-discovery and evolution. Building on this understanding, let's explore some actionable steps you can take today to begin weaving this philosophy into your daily life. Firstly, cultivate a heightened awareness of the opposing forces within yourself. Pay attention to those internal dialogues, those moments where you feel pulled in different directions between logic and intuition, reason and emotion, desire and restraint. Acknowledge these tensions without judgment, recognizing them as inherent parts of your human experience. However, this awareness isn't enough. It needs to be channeled into action. Start by practicing conscious decision-making. When faced with a choice, don't simply opt for the path that seems most comfortable or logical. Instead, explore both sides of the dilemma, weighing the potential consequences and benefits of each option. This deliberate engagement with opposing forces can lead to more well-rounded, nuanced decisions that take into account the full spectrum of your being. This leads us to the next step, embracing experimentation and calculated risk-taking. Stepping outside your comfort zone, venturing into unfamiliar territory, these actions often involve navigating the tension between known and unknown, security and uncertainty. By consciously choosing to engage with these opposing forces, you open yourself up to new perspectives, experiences, and ultimately, growth. Remember, failing is not the antithesis of success. It's a crucial part of the learning process. Embrace setbacks as opportunities for reflection and recalibration. Analyze what went wrong, identify the opposing forces at play, and adjust your approach accordingly. This iterative cycle of trial, error, and refinement is how we truly learn and evolve. Another powerful practice is cultivating empathy for those who hold different viewpoints. Engaging in meaningful conversations with people who challenge your beliefs can be a catalyst for personal growth. Actively listen to their perspectives, seeking to understand their motivations and experiences. While you may not always agree, This open-minded dialogue can broaden your horizons, revealing the multifaceted nature of truth and challenging you to refine your own understanding. However, it's important to remember that embracing duality doesn't mean subscribing to every opposing viewpoint. It's about recognizing the validity of different perspectives while maintaining your own integrity. This involves cultivating critical thinking skills, the ability to analyze information objectively, weigh evidence carefully, and form your own informed opinions. Finally, remember that the dance of opposites is a continuous process, not a destination. There will always be new challenges, new tensions to navigate. The key is to remain open, adaptable, and willing to learn from every experience. As you continue to cultivate this awareness and practice these techniques, you'll find yourself moving through life with greater clarity, purpose, and resilience. You'll begin to see the beauty in the inherent contradictions of existence, recognizing that it's precisely within those tensions that we find the potential for profound growth and transformation. This understanding that growth stems from the embrace of duality, not its denial, is a profound shift in perspective. It's a recognition that life isn't about seeking perfect equilibrium, but rather about skillfully navigating the ebb and flow, the push and pull, the yin and yang. Building on this realization, we can begin to see how this dance of opposites plays out not just within ourselves, but also in our interactions with the world around us. Relationships, for instance, thrive on this dynamic. The interplay between giving and receiving, assertiveness and vulnerability, passion and calm, creates a fertile ground for connection and mutual understanding. However, societal structures often resist this natural flow. We are conditioned to believe in binaries: good versus evil, right versus wrong, success versus failure, perpetuating a rigid framework that stifles the richness of human experience. This can lead to polarization, division, and an inability to see the complexities inherent in any situation. This leads us to a crucial question. How do we cultivate this awareness of duality within ourselves and project it outwards into the world? It begins with a conscious choice to reject simplistic labels and embrace nuanced perspectives. Instead of resorting to us versus them mentalities, we can strive for empathetic understanding, seeking common ground even amidst differences. This requires active listening, genuine curiosity, and a willingness to engage in respectful dialogue, even with those who hold opposing views. Ultimately, the goal is not to erase these differences, but to learn from them, to weave them together into a tapestry of shared humanity. It's about recognizing that our individual perspectives are pieces of a larger puzzle, each contributing to a more complete and vibrant picture. This journey towards greater understanding is a lifelong pursuit. There will be moments of frustration, misunderstanding, and even conflict. But by staying committed to the principles of open-mindedness, critical thinking, and compassionate communication, we can navigate these challenges with grace and wisdom. Now, imagine a world where this awareness of duality permeates every aspect of human interaction. In our relationships, our communities, our political systems, our approach to art and science. A world where conflict is not seen as an impasse, but as an opportunity for growth, where diverse perspectives are celebrated, and where collaboration flourishes. This isn't a utopian fantasy. It's a call to greatness. Each one of us has the power to contribute to this transformation by embracing the dance of opposites within ourselves, by practicing empathy and understanding in our interactions with others. We can collectively weave a world where harmony emerges from the beauty of difference. This is our legacy, our responsibility, our opportunity. Let us rise to meet this challenge, not with fear or division, but with courage, compassion, and a profound commitment to the transformative power of duality.